What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we are talking about some more of Khu's leaks, breaking them down, some other teasers that are kind of involved in his leaks, and just a ton of really cool stuff that we're finding about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So let's just jump right in. Before we begin, Riddler Khu is a leaker, so this is not official information released by the Pokemon Company. If you don't want to be spoiled by Pokemon leaks, this isn't the video for you. So I'd exit now. I'm going to give you like 3 seconds to do so. Alright, we're jumping in. So if you're not following Riddler Khu on Twitter and you're not, you didn't see my last video on Riddler Khu from last Friday, Riddler Khu has been posting these pictures of little tiny parts of official artwork of legendary Pokemon. And it's been a giant teaser for the legendary Pokemon of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Well, yesterday he teased that, he was going to do this collage, and he named it Grape, which implies that it is the Violet legendary that he is teasing. And today he did in fact reveal that it is Grape. It's the Violet legendary that he's been hinting at, and he did this big collage, which of course has Lugia and Groudon, Kyogre, Mega Rayquaza, Zekrom, Solgaleo, and then that dog picture that he had posted a while back that is pulling this thing. I think it's supposed to kind of represent a dog pulling a chariot, and the reason I think that is because you see that there is someone riding all of these other legendary Pokemon that are depicted here. So I think he's teasing that we'll be riding the legendary Pokemon. Whether that remains as like a kind of, whether that's going to be like a Solgaleo Lunala situation where you just ride them in like a little mini game in Ultra Space, or if it's going to be like a super big deal like when you got to ride Megalodios and Megalodios and Oris, and it's kind of a main part of the game. You're able to just fly around the region. We don't know that yet. That remains to be seen, but I'm sure we'll find out in time. And either way, it's still really cool to know we'll be able to ride a legendary Pokemon. That's super sick. So, very excited for that. Now, for what it's worth, too, obviously opinions are, not fact, but I did reach out to Riddler Khu and asked him what he would rank the legendaries of these games like in terms of their designs, and he said that they are a solid 10 out of 10. He said he prefers Violet, but he did say that he thinks that it will be more divided between the box arts. So it'll be pretty divided between what people pick Scarlet for the Scarlet legendary and what people pick Violet for the Violet legendary. He just prefers Violet, so that's really cool, really exciting. Definitely gets me more hyped for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and to see the legendaries, which is usually not a huge thing that I'm excited for personally. I prefer the miscellaneous Pokemon in the games and the starters, the non-legendary Pokemon, but super excited to see these legendaries. Can't wait. Now to move on to some other things, he did, when he teased his collage yesterday, he actually showed a picture of his computer screen, and you can see in the top left is his Grape collage. And then next to it, we have GL Teaser 1, new Pokemon data, Gen 9 Pokedex, new Poke Teaser 1, and new Regional Form Teaser 3. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is, first off, GL Teaser 1. Now, GL could very well stand for Gym Leaders, which would confirm Gym Leaders in Scarlet and Violet. They're going to be a thing in Scarlet and Violet, seemingly, by this picture. Now, you may think, well, of course, gyms are a staple of the franchise, but in a post-Sun and Moon and post-Legends Arceus world, obviously it made sense not to have gyms in Legends Arceus, but it is worth considering. With the whole school theme, I previously predicted that, it might would be exams instead, or they'd find something else and they'd focus on the school theme and do away with gyms. I don't want that, for the record, but I was a little worried about that. Well, this seemingly confirms inside info that there is going to be gym leaders in these games. So that's super exciting. Now, new Pokemon data, that's no surprise. There's going to be new Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Then we have the Gen 9 Pokedex, and we're going to touch on that in a minute here. We have new Poke Teaser 1, again, not surprising. New regional form, Teaser 3, so more regional forms, not surprising. He did do a poll last week on what we would want to be his June Riddles, and it seems like the starters are going to win that one. But he also mentioned that there is an Objectmon, which isn't that surprising because we usually always have a Pokemon based off of an inanimate object like Poltegeist or Magnemite. Then we have a riveting new regional form. Again, obviously that is his opinion that it's riveting, but you know, that does kind of get me a little hyped. Like, I'm like, oh, what regional form is that? I'm pretty excited for that. And then a Waifumon, which isn't too surprising, but they have not done a Waifumon sometimes. I don't think that Sword and Shield really has one. I guess some people consider Hatterene one. I wouldn't. But also Kalos X and Y, they didn't have one either. So it is, that one kind of is a bit of a reveal, you know. Okay, there's going to be our traditional Waifumon. Now, for the Gen 9 Pokedex, if you play around with the brightness and contrast and all this and the shadows, you can kind of remove some of the blackout that he has put over this image of the Gen 9 Pokedex. And, you know, take this with a grain of salt, but to me, it looks like, because the way he's done this in the past, he did this for Legends Arceus, and he would have these little blocks, and they would either be, if it's a pure fire type, it'd be fully red for the fire type, but if it's, say, a fire and flying type, it would be half red and half that blue color that the flying typing is represented by. Now, it looks like here, I played around with the contrast and the shadows, but if you zoom in, there is this green and red one. They're right next to each other, so could that be a grass fire typing in these games? I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, take it with a grain of salt. Another thing to note about this Gen 9 Pokedex is we don't know if this is going to be only the returning Mons in here, and obviously if that is a grass fire type, that means it'd be a regional form to an older Pokemon. If it is all old Pokemon, and we don't know if it's all new Pokemon, and we don't know if it's a mix of both. Now, personally, I think that old Pokemon are included here, because to me, it looks like the very first line is a fire type line, and obviously, you don't begin the Pokedex with the fire type, you begin with the grass type, and I don't see a water type or a grass type anywhere near it, so this is probably Charmander, because let's face it, Charmander's probably going to be in these games, and Charizard is probably going to get a new gimmick form or whatever have you, and I could just be seeing things, but it looks to me like that line even goes fire and then fire flying at the end. I could be wrong. But yeah, so, you know, let me know what you think of this. If anybody wants to go super math wizard on this and break it down to where they can figure out how many Pokemon are in the game or how many new Pokemon there are from this or what typings they can find, be sure to drop it in the comments below. I love discussing this all with you guys, so, you know, seriously, please drop it in the comments. I love discussing it with you all. So that's pretty much everything that Khu has covered, and, you know, we can kind of grab from his leaks and all, and his riddles. Obviously, he will be posting more as time goes on, and we should be due a Scarlet and Violet trailer any week now, so that'll be exciting as well. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, because when that trailer drops and when Khu drops more riddles and leaks and all, we will be covering it all here on the channel, and you don't want to miss it. Again, drop your thoughts on all this in the comments below, and until next time, I will see all of you later.